And 2 seconds, nearly there. Turn my original sound on as well. Original sound. Lovely. Righty ho. Okay, so oh, Neil, just read your message there. I'm really sorry to read that, buddy. We're live in quite a public way, so I won't delve into that. But I'm really sorry to hear that. Hopefully this is a bit of musical therapy for you, sir. I have a drop B. Ooh. I'm going to help you get there. Don't worry. I reckon this is what everyone needs in their life, is dropping the E string down to a B string. And all we do... Oh, let me just let this person in. I'll go back up to E. Okay. All we do is we play the B and the E, and then we do this. Super low. You can use a tuner as well if you've got a chromatic tuner, of course. But it sounds wonderful. Especially sort of around B minor. It's a really lovely root note to have on the guitar. I think in some ways it works better than E, if I'm quite honest. Now, everything that I'm going to show you in this session will work absolutely wonderfully with E or D or anything, but it just sounds super funky when you've got a drop B. So hopefully you're able to get there. So if you just play the B string and then the low E, as I said, I'll go up again, I'll show you one more time. I won't go all the way, because if I snap a string right now, that would be rubbish. Anyway, you play the B string, and you play the E, and then you drop it. Till they're the same note. You can use a tuner if you want, of course. So the E string, just to say one last time, the E string is dropped down to a B. But everything that I'm going to be talking about can still apply to standard and all that malarkey, so no need to worry. Okay, let me just check the YouTube. Fantastic. Good. Okay, so hopefully you've got your drop B. If you haven't, don't worry. Is that the same note as a baritone guitar? I think that's an interesting question, because I think people tune their baritones slightly differently. I had a baritone that was actually just meant to be D, for example. But I think B as well is a particular common choice. In fact, A, I believe, as well. Anyway, it's so wonderful for many reasons. Harmonically, because then you've got lots of notes when it comes to B minor anyway, at your fingertips in sort of comfortable places. But also, it's super slack and loose, which I think is really cool. Some people might think, that's all floppy and horrible. But I think it's a strength. So what I'm going to work with today is stolen out of a piece that I play. The piece is called Unhinged. There you go. It's kind of a 680 kind of feel. He uses this kind of rhythm underneath it all the time. And we're only going to use some elements. We're not going to use the whole piece, we're not going to do the tapping or anything like that, but we're going to learn that groove. And then I've got a nice little chord sequence that's a bit more accessible, that hopefully you might turn into your own thing. And we can look at playing notes in between. Etc, etc. So let's get stuck in, because we've all got a drop B by now, hopefully. If not, don't panic, don't panic. Let us begin with the chord. So we're going to look at the left hand, or the fretting hand, first before we look at the right hand. And what's happening is we're playing kind of a 13 kind of shape that many of you might have played a million times before. Some of you might have never ever played. And we've got finger to a fret and fingers next to each other, and they're just sort of slanted down in a nice little diagonal line. I feel like I'm teaching chords Phoebe Buffay style, but basically you get your first finger on the D string on the 5th fret and the G string on the 6th fret, and then you put your 3rd finger, so we can see that finger to a fret thing, on the 7th fret on the B. Okay, this is a lovely little chord shape, really. But yeah, you can hopefully see those nice little steps. We're not going to worry about the E string, just let that be muted, okay, with some sort of lazy guitar playing. And we've got a nice drop B here. We're not going to play the A either, because they're a bit close together. You can mute that with your first finger if you want, or just don't play it, don't worry about it. Now what I end up using a lot here is thumb, index and middle. So what I will be playing lots and lots in this riff is I'm going to be playing that low drop B, index and middle on G and B. And you should get that sound, which is just, oh. And then my thumb will come down to play the D for a bit of tension. Particularly nice if you can do a sort of a John Martin-y roll, where rather than playing them at the same time, you sort of grrr. It's pretty dark, isn't it? A bit Halloween-y. Okay. So that's our starting chord for our little groove that we're doing. And what we're going to move to then is to have the rhythm. Okay. So what we're going to do is we'll go super simple for now. We're going to play the drop B, the index in the middle on the G and B, and then our thumb's going to drop down to the D. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to string slap. We're going to go up with our thumb and down with our thumb. Okay. Be tricky at first, but if you can do this, you're going to have a hell of a lot of fun with your thumb. Okay. So let me break it down again. So we're holding our chord. I'm playing with thumb, index and middle on E. It's a drop B, and then G and B. My thumb plays the D, and then my thumb is going to slap against the strings, and I'm going to go up, down. So when you do that slap, you kind of want to make sure that the tip of your thumb is below that E. Okay, if you end up playing other strings, don't worry about it. We'll just practice doing that for a little moment to get the feel and the motion. So nice and slow. Now you can double up on that if you're feeling confident. So we can have because the up down is right at the end, we sort of go da ga dum da dum da ga dum. Kind of tricky, but hopefully, if you're more of a beginner guitarist, you've got a new chord, you're using a drop B, and maybe you could just get that first half. If you're more advanced, if you can get the up down. Okay. So, more beginner guitarists, beginner and intermediate, hold that chord and just have the for more advanced players, up, down. Okay. Okay, so for those more advanced guitarists as well who are just getting that, see if you can get this groove down just on that low B, it could be really cool to do. So down, tap up, down, tap up, down, down, tap up, down, down, tap up, down, one, one. So we're missing out that boom, da, so we get da, da, da. So one phrase of it is down, slap up, down on one string, okay? Down, tap up, down. But then to make it link, you come back round again and play the down. So down, tap up, down, down, tap up, down, down, tap up, down. Hopefully that makes a bit of sense. So it's just another way of bringing out the groove, I suppose, for the more advanced players. So you're taking away the chord completely and just going down, slap up, down, down, slap up, down, down. Okay, and then we've got some chords we're going to throw in a minute. Kind of scary, right? But we'll do a little recap first, I think, is the solution here before we take it any further. If we had a 7-string acoustic, wow, yes, I've been playing 7 strings of late, love it. In standard tuning, I guess the bass string would be a B, yes, usually. So we are basically skipping the E string in such a scenario. Yeah, totally. I've been dabbling in 7 strings acoustics of late, and they are particularly fun. Yeah, B and B minor work really great on the guitar in standard tuning. So we're going to have a little recap. So we've got this lovely chord, and we've got this, well, I say lovely, it's nasty, isn't it? And we've got this drop E to drop B. So for the more beginner guitarists, we're going to go thumb, index and middle on the E, G and B, and then the thumb's going to play the D. So lovely. Okay. For the more advanced guitarists, we're going to put in the slap up, down in there. So we're going to get. Okay, nice. And for even more advanced guitarists, you can just stop thinking about that chord and practice doing this. So down, slap up, down, down, slap up, down, down. Okay, fantastic. Right, let's put a nice little chord. A little chord sequence here. So all we're going to work with is a B minor 7 shape. Okay, there's some different ways of playing this, as you probably know. I find the easiest way is just to have a bar chord across the 2nd fret and then putting my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret B and 3rd finger on the 4th fret D. All I'm doing here is sort of plucking the chord with thumb, index, middle and ring on the A, D, G and B. That's what's giving it its nice jazzy sound, really, rather than strumming it, which is totally cool as well. But to get that jazzy sound, okay, so I go to my B minor 7 and then I go up to my little diminished shape, which is my 1st finger on the A string. This is a lovely chord. And then my 3rd finger on the D string, and then I tuck my 2nd finger on the G string 4th fret, little finger 5th fret B string. Oh. So again, thumb, index, middle and ring to get that jazzy sound. It's a really lovely little shape, that. So 1st finger A string, 4th fret, sorry. And actually it's kind of easier to put your 2nd finger then on the 4th fret G string, and then your 3rd finger comes to the 5th fret D. You've got a little triangle shape so far. And then your little finger tucks in on the 5th fret B. So you've got like 2 fingers on the 4 on A and G, and then you've got 2 fingers on the 5 on D and B. So B minor 7, a little diminished shape, we'll call that. And then what we're going to do, let's go down to these lovely, nice dark chords here. I've got my 2nd finger, 3rd fret E, or drop B, 1st finger, 2nd fret D, open G, I'm playing that with my middle finger, and then I do the same thing but slid up to 5 and 4, and then I go back to the beginning. So we'll do a little recap of that now, I think. Oh, so yeah, a little recap, and then we'll start to play with that a little bit more. So we've got the drop B rather than an E. We're basing around this little chord here where our 1st finger is on 5, 6 and 7 across D, G, B. We're letting the E string be muted with some lazy playing, and then we've got the A string muted with some lazy playing as well, meaning fret hand fingers are touching the strings to mute them. We can simply play it with thumb, index and middle on E, G and B, and then the thumb play the D. Okay, so that's the way I'm more of a beginner intermediate guitarist, I would suggest. If you can try and have that John Martini roll there, that's really lovely as well. For the more advanced players, if we can fit in a slap up down, so we get for even more advanced players, you can just rock that on the B. We'll get into the thumb work a little bit more. Anyway, we just do that beginner pattern, and then we can go to our little turnaround, which is a B minor 7, and then the diminished chord, then really dark sounding stuff, isn't it? A bit Halloween inspired, I suppose. Wonderful. Okay. So let's. Well, I play that round. I'm just going to play it around in a sort of basic way, and then we'll look at the thumb work. We'll do sort of 4 or something. Can you explain the last chord? This one here. Okay, so that's just the penultimate chord moved up 2 frets. So we've got 2 and 3 on D and E, or B, and then the final chord we've got 4 and 5 on D and E. I'm also playing the open G for a bit of tension. And okay. So I'll play it in a sort of simplistic way, and then we'll look at the thumb thing. Yeah, okay. So only yes, yeah. You can experiment with other strings too, of course. E, D, and G. Yes, the E being the low E, which is now B. So I'm using thumb, index, and middle. It's quite nice. You can fret on the 5th fret on the B. That could be nice too. But I quite like just going down to the. That's quite nice, isn't it? It's kind of like a dark jazz. Anyway, let's play it in a sort of a more basic way. So we've got the chord down. And then B minor 7, and then the diminished. Let's go through the chords a little quicker this time. Real dark sounding, but it's quite an enjoyable little sound world to spend some time in. Then cool. Okay, let's think about this thumb thing. Okay, the big thing is the up, down, slap, up, down, all right? If you can do that, then you are home and dry, okay? Because we can have a nice long 1, 1, but then it's the ta-ga-dum, all right? So slap, up, down. Crucially, string slap, if you remember, is you're putting the strings to hit against the frets. So you've got to give it enough force to do that. You want to be turning your wrist. And then we're coming up with the tip of the thumb, really. So when we do that slap, we want to make sure that we're below that E string, okay? So we get tap, and then up, down. So taka-dum, down, taka-dum, dum, taka-dum, dum, taka-dum, dum, taka-dum. When you start to glue it together, that 1 on its own follows the ending, if that makes sense. So taka-dum is the end, and the beginning is just dum. They're very far apart, but when you go round in a loop, boom, taka-dum, dum, taka-dum, 1, 1, 1, 1. And that works really nice under all of these chords. Especially we're talking about 7 strings, right? So you can just sort of just keep it going. Now, one thing that I'm doing, it took me a long time to actually realise that I was doing this, is, oh, thank you, Justin. Yeah, proper metal, isn't it? That I am doing, and interestingly, maybe this has come from playing with a plectrum and playing more metal-y stuff, is that one, I'm usually completely off, as in no palm muting at all, but the tap up down, quite often, for that first one particularly, there's some kind of palm muting which makes it sound really chunky. So no palm muting at all. And then with palm muting just on the sort of end of the phrase, so boom. It makes it sort of swell. But of course you could just sit on the palm muting as well. Okay, but yeah, interestingly, after what Justin said there, I think actually maybe that has come from more metal playing. Equally, the vibrato, you know, I think especially in the acoustic guitar world, we spend a lot of time talking about string gauges, and the object quite often is to not have, you know, the lower strings flapping about. But actually, especially when you've got a B, this is just a 56, by the way, 12 to 56, which is not super heavy by any means. Oh, I don't think so anyway. But so it means it's flapping around like rubber bands, but actually it means you can really wobble it. And so we get this no regard for tuning whatsoever. The more you can wobble, the cooler it sounds. I don't know. I think so. Right, super duper quick recap, and then Alberto, welcome. I am fantastic Italian guitarist has joined us from incredible guitarist actually, and Justin as well, fantastic American guitarist. Wonderful. So we're just doing a little recap, all right, just to finish up. So we're obviously working with this lovely drop B. We've played with this lovely little cheeky chord here, as I said, for the beginners, just playing, enjoying that sound world, because it's different, isn't it? It's nice to play something spooky and edgy. Okay, and then chordally we've got the B minor 7, the diminished shape, then this little shape, and this little shape, and then back again. Okay, horror movie soundtrack stuff. Well, maybe not horror movie. I haven't watched a horror movie since like 2005, so maybe they sound different now because they scare me too much. There we go. And for the more advanced players, we're doing the slap up down, and that creates, we talked about the palm muting at the end. And of course I did mention as well how you can keep this going just on that low B, and then just for those who are really more advanced, anyway, I'll save that one for another day. I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. and lovely to see you all. Thank you very much. I'll pop the recording up on Patreon, and be in touch if you want to let me know what it is you want me to look at next time. Podcast guests as well, very, very welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed the Bill Venzel one. I certainly did. An absolute pleasure. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, thank you, Neil. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Mick. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Alberto. Always a pleasure. I will. Drop me is delicious. Amen. I'll see you all soon. Have a wonderful few weeks. Stay in touch. All right. Cheers, folks.